BFTB. Best fight the best. Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, has again agreed to Anthony Joshua's terms. Again. Again, he is saying he will go to the UK and fight him. Again, Deontay Wilder is saying, if you want a 2-fight deal, fine. I'll knock you out at home, and then I'll come slump you in my home. Again. So here's the problem. Here's the problem. Anthony Joshua is mentally battered and abused already. He don't want to fight Deontay Wilder. Because if he did, he could have been made to fight. He could have been did it. He could have did it years ago. Instead of fighting Charles Martin, not Charles Martin, but instead of fighting Molina, he could have fought Wilder. After Klitschko, he could have fought Wilder. This is something he could have been did. He's just too punk, pussy, soft. This dude is marshmallow soft in his heart. Absolute coward. And this is what you guys don't understand. This is what you fan bitches, the AJ fan bitches, this is what y'all don't understand. Even if AJ had a chance to beat Wilder, even if he did, it's not now. It was back then. It was back then, when AJ was, not really showing his fear, when he wasn't really mentally shot. This is what you guys don't understand. This is a already mentally beaten man. Already mentally beaten. You guys can say he's got all the skills in the world. Do I think he's fundamentally better than Wilder? Yes, I do. I do think he's fundamentally better than Wilder. But I've said this before, I will say it again. There is a book on Anthony Joshua. There is a book. There is tailor-made hundreds of fucking fighters that fight like Anthony Joshua. Now, they may not have his power. They may not have his quickness or whatever. But there is hundreds of fighters that fight exactly like him because it's by the book. Wilder can look at the book. Oh, okay. Yep, got it. But he don't even need to do that. Joshua is mentally broken. He is a mentally beaten person already. Mentally beaten. When you're asking a fan, how do you beat another fighter? You are beaten already, dude. You are beat. So for all these AJ fans that's like, AJ's gonna destroy him. AJ destroys him. Do you realize there is going to be a face-off? Do you realize that? Do you realize this is a face-off is what Joshua has been avoiding for years? This man didn't even want him to come to the UK to get in the ring. Didn't want to stare him in his eyes. But if he signs to fight Wilder, he's got to stare this man in his face. A face-off. He has to do it. And Wilder's going to be looked. Do you realize that Wilder has all the fights that Wilder has had? He has been looking through his opponents to look at Anthony Joshua. This is what y'all are not getting. He's been looking through them to get to Joshua. Through them. They are there. He has not overlooked them. He looked through them. And he's looking at Joshua. He's been looking at Joshua. So what you think's going to happen when he's looking at this man in his eyes? The end game. When he's looking at the dude that he's been wanting to get for years. The man has been ducking him and avoiding him for years. Y'all can say what y'all want. The facts don't lie. Y'all can talk about money. Y'all can talk about popularity. Y'all can talk about belts. All you want. You can talk about it till the cows come home. It don't matter to me. None of that shit matters. What matters is Deontay Wilder has been the only one that wanted this fight from the beginning. From the beginning. From the time when Eddie Hearn originally said, oh, Anthony Joshua beats Wilder in 3 rounds. And then Wilder was like, well, I was going to let the young man live, but if you saying he beats me in 3 rounds, we'll make the fucking fight and let's make it happen. Wasn't nobody else calling out Joshua? Nobody. Wilder was calling out Joshua. And he's been calling out Joshua from when y'all said, oh, Wilder's trying to cherry pick Joshua. You know, because Joshua's new in the game and he's only had so many fights and he's so inexperienced. Until after he fought Klitschko, and then y'all changed the whole shit to, oh, well, who did Wilder fight? Wilder's a bum. His skills aren't this and blah, blah, blah. Y'all don't realize the corner that y'all backed yourselves into. You don't realize it, man. You have nowhere to go. It is the Manny Pacquiao effect all over again. You just build him up and build him up and build him up and like, oh, when Manny Pacquiao gets Floyd in the ring, he's going to do this. And everybody that knows boxing knew what was going to happen. We knew Floyd was going to beat him. It doesn't matter which time they fought. Floyd would beat him because he's just better. He's just better. That's it. It's the same thing here. Is Joshua fundamentally more skilled than Wilder? Yes. Fundamentally more skilled. But Wilder is overall a better fighter. He's just better. You can't train power. You can't train it. You can't train your chin. You can't train power. You can't. You can't. So all that fundamental shit that Anthony Joshua got, what is he going to do? He's going to try to box Wilder? Wilder's got a longer reach. He's got a better jab. What is he going to do? He's going to bum rush Wilder? Try to bum rush him, get him in the corner and throw punches? How'd that work out for Ortiz? Go, I get it. Ortiz isn't Wilder. I mean, Ortiz isn't Joshua. Joshua is so much greater than Ortiz. Well, we will never know that because Joshua ducked him. So we will never know that. But Ortiz is fundamentally sound. He's got far more amateur fights than Joshua does. Far more. In the Cuban background. He's got like 300 fights. 300 plus. How many does Joshua have? Isn't that what y'all use for Lomachenko? That Lomachenko has such a great amateur record. That's why he is what he is? Oh, let me guess. It's okay for Loma, but it's not okay for Ortiz. Right. Okay. Got it. Sure. Anyways, the reality is Wilder is an overall better fighter. Overall. You cannot train power. You can't. You can't train it. You can't train a mindset, a killer's mindset. You either have it or you don't. You can't train that. You can't say, be a killer today, be a killer today, be a killer today. Joshua is not like that. Shaking hands with motherfuckers. You all up in there holding hands. Hey, bruv, get the fuck out of here, man. He's not a killer. That's not his MO. He is a businessman. That's what he is, a businessman. That's why he made a fucking business decision to not take 50 million. He made a business decision to take less money to fight in the UK where he feels he has a better chance of winning. But it ain't going to the judges. It's not going to the judges. This man is getting knocked out at home. And then he's going to get blessed to get knocked out again in the US. This is not going, you fucking UK AJ fan bitch weirdos. You deep down in your heart, you know this shit, man. Deep down, you know it. I don't give a fuck what you say on the outside. Deep down, you know it. You guys are not fucking stupid, man. You're not dumb. And there isn't any one of you that wouldn't fight Deontay Wilder today for $50 million. There isn't any one of you. Not one of you motherfuckers can say, oh, I wouldn't fight him. The smallest fan bitch out there get offered $50 million to fight Deontay Wilder today would take it. Today. But your hero, Ass Juice, turns it down so he can fight in front of the UK fans. In front of the UK fans. No, he didn't. He turned it down because he's too fucking scared to get knocked out. But every time he comes with this bullshit, so I get these people talking about, well, Wilder's going to make, well, you know what? Skip the money, man, because Joshua's going to make way more than he's ever going to make fighting anybody ever in his career. Ever. He will not ever make that much money fighting anybody ever. Deontay Wilder will give him the most money in his career. Period. So y'all can say whatever y'all want. Go ahead and throw Tyson Fury's name in there if you want to. No. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua will be big in the UK and the UK only. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder is big globally. Period. This dude is a battered, beaten man. He's beaten already. So when he has to stare Deontay Wilder in his face, what's he gonna do? He's gonna pull a Brazil when Wilder gets in his face and Wilder's staring him down. He's gonna be like, handle my heart. Handle my heart. Don't handle my heart. Don't brush up on me. I get. He will not say that. He will not say that. He will not say. This won't be the fucking Anthony Joshua talking about Joseph Parker, because Joseph Parker was talking that dumb shit about how I've never been knocked out and I've never been knocked down and the blah blah blah, trying to build the fight. Build the fight. Both of them niggas is trash. They're both garbage. So, specifically in promoting a fight, they are both trash. They can't speak for shit. The press conference will tell all. The press conference will tell it all. When they're standing face to face, it will tell it all. It will tell it all. Anthony Joshua is mentally beaten already. He's already lost round one. The round one is lost. It's been lost years ago. You have clearly been ducking Deontay Wilder. Clearly. And your fans know it. For sure they know it. Because they changed the rhetoric. They moved the goalpost every time Hearn and Joshua moved the goalpost. Every time. Every time. It started out with, Joshua's not experienced enough. He doesn't have the experience. And what the fans say, Wilder's trying to cherry pick Joshua. Let him get some fights up. They weren't talking about his competition levels. None of that shit. They weren't saying, Wilder only fights bums. No, they weren't saying that at all. They were just saying, Wilder's trying to cherry pick Joshua. He's trying to cherry pick him. Of course Wilder wants to fight Joshua now because, Joshua's young in the game. He's only got a few fights. Let him get some of his experience up. That was the original excuse to duck Wilder. And then when you fought Molina, you weren't saying, Anthony Joshua's fighting Molina's leftovers. No, you didn't say that. You were saying, look how bad Anthony Joshua beat Molina. Molina he wobbled Deontay Wilder. So that shows you right there that Joshua's better than Molina. Joshua's better than Wilder because look how bad Anthony Joshua beat him. Although Wilder had knocked him out already. You know what I'm saying? He knocked him out already. How about this? You try having a concussion, right? And then coming back and seeing how good you are after a concussion. Let's see how good you are. They got concussion protocols. They won't even let you fucking do shit until you pass the concussion test. You know what I'm saying? You are not the same person after you get knocked out. You're just not. But mysteriously, Molina was. Molina was on the same level before Wilder knocked him out as he was after Wilder knocked him out. So by Joshua beating Wilder's leftovers better than Wilder beat him originally, then that's telling you something. Whatever. So your excuse moved from experience to Joshua beat Molina better. And then, here's the great one. Vladimir, the old ass Vladimir Klitschko coming off a 2-year layoff and a loss where he didn't look good against Fury, got schooled. The fight before that against Jennings, he looked like trash, didn't even mess up the guy's waves. You know what I'm saying? And it was in the US. But and he ducked Wilder to do it. Because Wilder was trying to fight him. Wilder said the fight needs to happen in the US. And y'all said, who is Wilder to dictate terms? It's funny how y'all leave that out. It's funny. When you're Vladimir Klitschko versus Deontay Wilder talk, y'all always tend to leave that out. And then when Vladimir was asked about fighting Deontay Wilder, he didn't say, I want to fight Deontay Wilder. I'll fight him next. I want him there. I want undisputed. No. What he said is, the fans and the public just want to see him fight somebody. Well, why not you? Why not fight you? You're a nobody? Is that what it is? You're a nobody. You had 3 belts. You're a nobody. So the fans wanted to see Wilder fight somebody, but just not you. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You were shook. You fought Wilder. You sparred Wilder numerous times. You sparred AJ numerous times. And you ducked Wilder. Facts. Facts. Because you could have fought him for Undisputed when he fought Stavern and got the title. You could have fought him. You could have pressed for that fight because you were trying to pay him step-aside money. You could have fought him for the WBC and the WBA titles because you had the opportunity. The WBA said you could fight Ortiz, Anthony Joshua, or Deontay Wilder. And then the WBA title will be up for grabs. You picked Joshua. Facts. Facts. But it's funny how the fan bitches will leave that part out. They'll leave that part out. They'll just talk about what Shelly Finkel said. That one time. But all the other times when the fights were trying to be made, they'll just leave those out. You know? But that's AJ's claim to fame. Other than that, who is it? Takam? The very next fight, you ducked Ortiz. You could have fought Wilder then, but instead you're like, oh no, we can't. Mandatories are, the IBF won't allow us to get past our mandatory. You're full of shit. When Pulev, who was the mandatory, not Takam, Pulev was the mandatory. When Pulev pulled out, you could have fought anybody you wanted. The exact same way fucking Parker did when Fury pulled out. Facts. When Fury pulled out, who did Parker fight? He could have fought Wilder. Wilder was calling for him to fight. He's like, just give it a month. Wait a month and let's fight. We can unify these 2 titles. What did Parker do? No. Pulled out and fought a career sparring partner. Career sparring partner. His sparring partner. Who said anything about it? Oh, who? Where were the fan bitches then? Huh? Where were y'all at? These people talking about Wilder only fights bums. Where were the fan bitches at? Where were y'all? Talking about Parker's fighting Kajono. A career sparring partner. And he went the distance. With his sparring partner. But yet here we are. Here we are. I don't understand where I do. Y'all fan bitches know for sure, deep in your heart. You're not going to say it because you support your countrymen. Fine. Support your countrymen. Not knocking you support your countrymen. Support them. But you know the goalpost was moved. Inexperienced Anthony Joshua is why Wilder wanted him because he was going to cherry pick him. Then it changed to Molina. Oh, well, Joshua will beat Wilder because look what he did to Molina. Okay, but the inexperienced part just disappeared. We just pushed that in the past. Y'all just act like that was never even said. It was just never said. Y'all just act like no one never brought it up. Like no one never said Wilder was trying to cherry pick Joshua, which is a factual statement. Y'all factually said that. It's in videos upon videos upon videos. And then we just moved past that though, because the Molina fight was a comparison between 2. So because of Molina, now that's why Joshua beats Wilder. Right? And then when the great Vladimir Klitschko, when he came into place, that was it. That was all y'all needed at that point. That was all y'all needed. Although the great Vladimir Klitschko ducked Deontay Wilder when he had 3 belts. The great Vladimir Klitschko turned Ortiz down and could have fought him for the WBA title because Ortiz was the number 1. The WBA did that sneaky shit. They should never even allow fucking Vladimir to fight for that title. It should have been Ortiz first, then Vladimir. But whatever. You fight you fight Takam, who filled in for Pulev, who wasn't even, how the fuck, you're not supposed to be able to do that. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. If the mandatory, who was Pulev, pulls out, he's still the mandatory. Same way Fury was. He's still a mandatory. You can't just throw somebody else in there and just say, oh, well, he pulled, well, I just threw. No, that spot now becomes fucking open. And now you have the WBA belt. Fight that mandatory. But you pressed with the IBF, you probably bought and paid for some shit, and in-slid Takam. And you could have fought Wilder then, but in-slid Takam. And what did the fan bitches do? Oh, this is Joshua's mandatory. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. That's just the rhetoric y'all used to fill that slot so that he could duck Wilder. Moving on. Parker. I already talked about how Parker ducked Wilder. But now Parker, who clearly said after the Fury fight, clearly said he needs to fight 2 to 3 more fighters before he fights Joshua or Wilder. Clearly said that. But then mysteriously, right after that, he's fighting Joshua. Fine, whatever. Now you got 3 belts. You did all this ducking, all this dodging, all this hiding, all this moving of the goalposts. You got 3 belts. Now you're in a position of power. Now it's like, oh, this is what I want. Give me 50 million and I'll fight you tomorrow. I'll sign tomorrow. Fine. Deontay Wilder has lived, he done everything that you asked him to do. Here's your 50 million. Let's fight. Now you change that from, nope, nah, it's got to be in the UK. I'll take less money than the 50 million. You are the only person on earth and the only fighter probably in the history of boxing that will turn down 50 million to take less than 50 million just so you can fight at home. You're probably the only, I need to do some research, but I think Joshua is the only fighter in boxing history to ever turn down that size money just so that he could fight at home. I don't think it's ever happened before. I need to do some research, but I don't think that's ever happened before. Wilder said, fine. So Team Joshua says, well, accept the contract and come to the UK. Wilder says, okay, send it. Send the contract. What you saying now? What are y'all saying now? This is what they're saying. Oh, Deontay Wilder finally realized his worth. What? What? Oh, okay, fine. Fine, fan bitch. Fine. Make the excuse you want. Fine. Deontay Wilder finally realizes his worth. Deontay Wilder finally stopped ducking. Deontay Wilder finally understands Eddie Hearn. Whatever excuse you want to make. Whatever excuse you want. Just send the contract. Just send the contract. Just send it. There's videos, UK video upon video upon video of you weird fucking UK fan bitches talking about, oh, just sign the contract, Wilder. Sign the contract. What's the problem with having the 2 fights? One in the UK first because Joshua owes it to his fans, and then he said he'll go back and he'll fight you again in the US. What's the problem? Although that's contradictory to his stupid ass statement, because the dumb motherfucker said, we just want to fight in the UK because the refs are dodgy. You know, they pull all kinds of tricks. So they're not going to pull all kinds of tricks in the second fight? So having the fight in the UK first is going to change the tricks and shit that's going to happen in the second fight. How fucking stupid do you sound? There is no tricks. You're getting knocked the fuck out. There is no tricks. There is no dodginess, Joshua. You're getting sparked out. Period. It's done. You're done. You're not beating Wilder. Period. I'm going to fuck what your fan bitches say. You don't believe it, Joshua. You don't. Because if you did, you would have been fought him. Because the deal that he offered you was better than the Klitschko deal. You fought Klitschko. That's your claim to fame, beating Klitschko. The deal that Wilder offered you was better than the Klitschko fight deal. And you turned it down because you wanted to fight at home. Straight pussy, man. Straight pussy. Straight pussy. The AJ protectors and fan bitches are not squeezing you tight enough. They need to hold on. They need to protect you. They need to hold you real, real tight. Squeeze real tight, especially right around the midsection. because it will force your ovaries to drop into balls, you fucking coward. You get sparked at home. The second fight is going to be, you're getting knocked the fuck out. You're getting stretched at home. And then you're already beaten. You're going to get knocked out at home, and then you're going to have to fight again in the US because it's under contract. Do you realize how bad? Yo, you are the end goal that Wilder's been trying to get to forever. You have been the holdup. He destroyed Stiverne because of you. He destroyed Ortiz because of you. What do you think he's going to do to you? What do you think he's going to do to you? You know what he's going to do, which is why you have postponed, and I still don't believe you're going to fucking send no contract. I don't believe you're going to send no contract. I will believe it when I see it. I will believe it when it's official. I do not believe Joshua or Hearn. They do not want to fight Wilder at all costs. They will fight anybody on earth. They will fight Godzilla and King Kong before they fight Deontay Wilder. And not Ortiz. The real King Kong. The big ass monkey. They are not fighting Wilder. The only way they will fight Wilder is when they are legitly and literally backed in a corner and can do nothing. When their fan bitches start saying, please fight Wilder. That's the only time that's the only time they're going to fight him. As long as there's a fan bitch out there protecting him, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll go after Fury. But we'll see. Best fight the best, and I'm out.